Again, this is Miss Ruiz-Blanco, ready to talk to you about reading. Okay, so this is a page that you guys have seen before, and it's basically when we talk about the vocabulary words from the story, right? So these three words on the page here are really important, and I think that some of you may know the meaning of some of these. Now, just a quick review. When you guys are reading a text and you get to a word that you don't know the meaning of, one of the best things to do is to look at the words around that word, right? It's what we call looking at the context clues, right? So when you look at the words around, it might help you figure out the meaning, right? When you see what they're talking about, right? So for example, if I say something like, I went to the house of my friend from Vietnam, and she gave me some delicious mochi, and I ate it all. So maybe you've never heard the word mochi before, but you can see the clues around that word. One clue will be, I said she's from Vietnam, so that's a different country. And then I also said it was delicious and that I ate it. So those clues help you figure out that I'm talking about some sort of food, right? Okay, so that was just a quick review so you remember that you can figure out words by looking at the words around it, okay? Okay, so now on this particular page, we have three words in our word bank. We have immune, we have species, and we have predators, okay? And this chart over here, you have 4 columns. The first column is for the vocabulary words. So basically, I think you know, you're going to have to figure out where you're going to put each one of these words, right? The second column says the author is describing. And basically, if you look at those are they're the definitions of these words, right? Okay. The next column says, this word helps me know. So here is when basically we're asking you to think deeply about the meaning of these words, okay? This is something that good readers do. And even though you guys are already pretty good readers, but we always have to get better at thinking deeply, right? And understanding our own way of thinking, right? So, for example, if I look at the second definition here, it says a group of living things that are the same in most ways. So I'm going to look at the 3 words here, immune, species, and predators. So I know that the vocabulary word that matches that definition is species, right? So I'm going to write it over here. Okay. And so it's a group of living things that are the same in most ways. So how is it that this word is helping me? What does it help me know? Well, if I think about it, let's see. So basically, a group of living things that are the same in most ways. But when I think about animals, I know that not all animals are the same, right? So maybe there is different types of species, right? And I mean, if you think about it, you know about birds, and you know about mammals and reptiles. So what I'm thinking right now is, okay, so maybe scientists, they describe the living things, right? So this helps me know how scientists put these animals in categories, right? So that's what scientists do. They say, okay, this animal and this animal, they're the same, so we're going to put them in the same category. They're the same species, right? So I'm going to say how scientists describe or categorize, that means to put in categories. Or categorize living things. right? Okay, so that's how it helps me, right? Why is it important to know about species? Because scientists categorize living things according to those species, right? So if they find a new animal, for example, they just discover this new animal, I think in Japan, right? So, no, wait, not Japan. Was it Australia? Okay, I can't remember, but they just discovered a new animal, right? So they discovered it and they look at it and they see, well, it has feathers, it has a beak, it can fly, it must be a bird. So they're going to put it in the category of birds, right? And we know that birds, there's species that are similar in many ways, right? Like flying and feathers and right? Okay, so they're put it in that category. So that's how this helps me. It helps me to know that there's different categories, right? Not all animals are the same, right? Okay, so now we're gonna make a sentence using the word, okay? So when you make a sentence, you have to make sure that you're using the word. I don't want you to tell me the definition. I want you to use it in a sentence. So for example, I can say, the ostrich is a species of bird, right? Okay, there you go. Okay, so we have two more definitions and two more words, right? So the first one here says animals that live by eating other animals. I predict that every third grader at Washington School knows which word matches that definition. I mean, like, I will bet $100 that you guys, everybody knows what it is, which is immune or predators. You know, right? You know. I know you know. Okay, very good. So we're going to put the word here. You already know it, but I'm just going to write it. Okay, and then this word helps me know. Okay, so what do you think it's important for us to know this word, the word predators? How does it help us? Okay, so basically it helps you know which animals are considered predators, right? And it also helps you know how to behave, right? Yeah, so this is an important word because if you look at the word predators, it makes you think, well, I wonder which animals are predators, right? That's right, and that's how you figured it out, right? The meaning of the word. Okay, very good. So an example would be if I write, lions are predators, right? Yes? Okay, very good. And okay, so the last one obviously is going to be the word immune, right? And what does that mean? A living thing unaffected by something, such as an illness. So that means when you're immune, that means you can't get sick from that disease, right? Because your body already knows how to fight the disease, right? So for example, that's one of the reasons that we get the flu shot every year, right? Because once you get the flu shot, that little amount of flu they put in the vaccine helps your body become immune, right? So after many years of getting your flu shot, or even after 1 year, if you are around someone that has the flu, your body feels it. And if some of the flu comes into your body, the body already knows how to protect itself, right? The immune system gets to work really hard and it protects you and you don't get sick, right? Okay, so we're going to put immune here. There you go. So it's a living thing unaffected by something, right? Such as an illness. So think about the story here. They use the word immune when they're talking about the clownfish, right? So this word helps you know what? It helps you know how the clownfish can live with the sea anemone, right? Anemone. See if I can spell right. Let's see, anemones. And again, sorry about my handwriting. It's not very good. Okay, so yeah, so it kind of immune, then you know how the clownfish can live with the sea anemone, right? Because the sea anemone is poisonous for to other animals, right? Okay, so if we do a sentence here, what can you say? You can say maybe clownfish, N, no M, clownfish are immune to the poison of a sea anemone. That's right. We did it. Good job. Now, I will encourage you to go back to read the text again, since you have all week, and try to see if there's other words in there, even if they're not vocabulary words for this week, but to see if there are other words that maybe you haven't heard of or they're sort of new to you, and see if those context clues can help you figure out the meaning, and also to see how the word can help you understand other things from the text, okay? Remember, every time you have a chance to read a book, whether it's a textbook or a book that you choose from the library, always take the opportunity to think deeply about the story and to connect with all the things that you know, okay? Okay, I hope to see you soon. Bye.